why did the markets just completely collapse? So, this is my theory, this is my opinion, but basically what happened today was Jay Powell came out and talked, as he does, and the Federal Reserve, they cut interest rates by 0.25%, right? Which was expected, right? Everyone was like, yeah, okay, that everyone assumed that there was like a 90-some% chance that was going to happen. But the thing that made it drop was that the market's already priced in about 4 rate cuts the next year, 2025. What happened was, in their estimations, the Fed came out with a revised estimation predicting only 2 rate cuts. So instead of being a full percentage point down, now it became half a percentage rate down. And that freaked the markets out. Why did that happen? Here's my opinion. Again, I do not work at the Fed. I do not know anyone that works at the Fed. This is just my opinion. But think about what Trump does when he wants to negotiate with other countries. He threatens tariffs, right? And tariffs are inflationary. The Fed's only 2 jobs: maintain employment and deal with inflation. In a way, I believe that Jerome Powell, in forecasting this, in the Fed, in forecasting, okay, we're only going to cut 2 times in 2025, they are doing the same exact thing that Trump does with tariffs. When Trump threatens with tariffs, Jay Powell is threatening Trump with with the fewer amount of interest rate cuts. That's what I think. Like, it makes sense, right? Because the only way the way that the Fed can fight inflation is by keeping an increased interest rate, right? By maintaining a higher for longer, right? That's how they deal with inflation, right? Just having higher interest rates. So, in my opinion, I think that Jerome Powell, the Fed, they are trying to forecast. They're trying to, in a way, they're threatening Trump, who's threatening everyone else. Don't do anything stupid with tariffs, because we will not cut rates if you enact tariffs, or if you enact stupid tariffs. So that's my opinion. And like, looking back now, based on this, I don't know why I didn't realize that this was probably going to happen, because if you look at the demeanor of Jay Powell in the September, was it September? The last time he talked, I forgot when. I think it was like a few weeks ago. But the last time he talked, and they kept asking Jerome Powell about Trump, he seemed really annoyed. So I think this might have to do with it. So I think he's just kind of annoyed. He's like, oh, damn it. This is not trying to be political or anything. I don't think Jay Powell's being political, but just the fact that, like, if he were to enact tariffs, that's not the only thing that's the problem. A lot of Trump's forecasted the things that he's going to do, they're going to work against the Fed's best interest. So tariffs, that increases prices. And then you talk about trying to strip away the government from a lot of unnecessary tasks. I'm not going to say whether or not that's good or bad, but that literally means you're just cutting jobs, right? That's the entire point of Doge, to look for unnecessary positions in the government and cut them away, strip them away. So when you strip all those unnecessary jobs away, and when you're increasing tariffs, you're both increasing inflation, or you're causing inflation while causing unemployment. I'm going to say that again. You're increasing inflation while causing unemployment. What is the main 2 mandates of the Federal Bank, of the Federal Reserve? To lower unemployment and lower inflation, like keep inflation stable. So I like, looking back, I'm just like, why did I not see that, right? Again, this could just be like hindsight bias 2020, and it could just be like, maybe I'm just reading too much into it, maybe I'm reading the tea leaves, but it definitely makes sense now. I think that this is just a threat to Trump, to the incoming what do they call it? Incoming people? I'm just saying people, I forgot the word was. Incoming people. Don't do stupid, don't be rash. Because we will not cut if you do anything stupid. I think that's what it is. But the other thing to note is also, I don't know if this is always the case, but I think the fact that the stock market basically just reverted to exactly after basically the point exactly before Trump got elected, that does make sense. Most of the time, if you think about it, right? just because Trump won, that didn't do anything to the economy. People were just like these entire past month, right, since November 5th, it has been just hope for the future. And that's not something that the market should trade on. It shouldn't be trading on hope, right? It should be trading on fundamentals. So in a way, I think that this is actually healthy that we're correcting back to before Trump got elected, because that's what things usually happen, right? When in 2016, when Trump first got elected, that's exactly what happened. But the opposite. The stock market dropped really dramatically and then just rebounded instantly, right? It's just this time it took a month and a half rather than taking a day or two. And also the move was a lot greater too as well. But the point is, we're just reverted back to before Trump got elected, and I think that's really healthy, because like that spike right after Trump got elected was crazy. The only problem I have, the scariest problem, is how much stock was purchased in this month and a half time period was on leverage. How much crypto was on leverage? That's what worries me the most. And if people are paper hands, if people are scared of what's to come, what's gonna happen next? Will this just cause a constant selling, and like will it just cause sell off after sell off after sell off, or will this be just a dip and then we'll continue to trend at a more slower, like a more moderate pace, but still trend up? Obviously, in my opinion, I believe that the stock market does trend up over time, but that doesn't mean there's not going to be short-term volatility. There's not going to be short-term decline. So that's just my opinion. I think that him signaling that there'd only be 2 rate cuts next year, that's just a threat, in my opinion, right? He could do it, and like if Trump does enact those things that are inflationary, that do cause unemployment, then it's possible that they do that, right? They're stuck with, they only have 2 tools in their tool belt. They don't have many other things. The only other tool they have in their tool belt is emotion manipulation. Right? They can forecast certain things. They don't necessarily have to act on it. They want to manage people's emotions. They want people to be optimistic, but not too euphoric, right? They don't want people to be fearful, but they want people to be in this like moderate, like, okay, I think I can go by, I can make it without being like, I'm just gonna bet everything on black. So those are just my thoughts. I mean, like, maybe I'm completely wrong, I don't know, but hey, it kind of makes sense when I think about it, and maybe I'm not even explaining it that well, but those are just my thoughts. Those are my opinions on the latest FOMC meeting. What do you think? Did I miss anything? Right, that's it. Peace.